Good afternoon, morning, evening, whatever time it is. It's that time again for Hertfordshire Zoo. I have started off this build with a basic plaster block around the outside and where I'm going to be putting the hard shelter. Unfortunately, I didn't know, being relatively new to the game, that they tend to use the underground sort of den more than the hard shelter, so it's completely pointless me putting in the hard shelter, but it doesn't matter, it still looks okay. So in this build we are going to be putting in the fennec foxes, which I think are one of the cutest animals in the game. The way they behave, the way they look, the way they are. I'd love to see one in real life, but I haven't seen one yet. I'm not too sure if there are any zoos in the UK that have them, but I'd be really happy to find out that there are some somewhere. Anyway, the fennec fox, it's whilst being the cutest animal in the game, possibly, it is one of the smallest species that lives in the Sahara Desert, hence the reason it fits into Africa. Well, it lives in Africa and it fits into this theme really nicely, and because it's so small it doesn't need a big area, so it's one of the last ones that are going to go in this small, well, one of these three small areas that I've accidentally built by putting in these path systems, and it's the last one in the Africa zone that is of quite a small size. The rest of them are going to be fairly big exhibit sizes. So fennec foxes in this game, I think they can live with up to 10. However, it does get a bit tricky because of the alpha male doesn't like when other males try to mate with other females in the group. So it does get a bit difficult and they stop them from mating. In real life they become aggressive and extremely defensive of the female that's there, the alpha female. They have an alpha male and an alpha female, and they get extremely aggressive around their den, which after mating, which appears to happen in this game, which to some degree, so there is some sort of realism there, which is really good. I've changed the colour of the roofing systems in this game are not my cup of tea, but we move. I've tried to put a different roof colour in for each exhibit that I build so that it's not just the same copy and paste, etc. And I was conscious of the hitbox, but they're so small that I thought this will work regardless. Gives them a nice little look in, the members of public, the paying guests, the zoo goers, although I don't think they use it. But I quite like it. I quite like the exhibit being here in front of the wicker basket. It's quite a nice front to it. I do straighten up these poles as well. With the wicker basket in the background, it does look good. I really like it. It's not the best build in the world, but it's something a bit different. And then obviously we've got the den, which I've never used before, hence the reason you can see me struggling to work it out. But I haven't used it before, and you'll see it later on in the video, I did try and put in a den cam, but it seems to make some textures of some of the animals flicker, which it was doing that to the porcupines. So I've put it in for this video, and they have used it, but I've since taken the habitat camera out, so that won't be on the side anymore, unfortunately. But again, it was one of those sort of things that once you see it once, you don't really need to see it again. Well, at least that's my opinion on it anyway. And I'm just putting in the, what's this called? Enrichment items just before the arrival of the fennec foxes. Look how cute they are. They are so cute. They're like dogs and cats put together with the love child of a fox. Really do like them. They didn't like a lot of the plants and foliage that I put in to begin with, so it took me a while to use the correct foliage and plants and still make it look organic and somewhat realistic. Then obviously you've got the rocks, because there's always there has to be rocks. I'm so bad with elevation on this game. I keep forgetting that elevation kind of needs to be a thing in a lot of builds, otherwise it's very flat. So I'm getting better. The next 2 builds that are coming up, I'm really happy with them. One of them took 8 hours. So really looking forward to that coming out. There's the fox cam, or the den cam, which we'll never see again, but it is there. And I think it looks okay, and this is the final product. So I'll leave you with the final product. Thank you for listening to my ramblings. It's all over the place. I'm trying to get better, but it's still a learning curve for me. So thanks very much for watching. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. And if you wait until the end of the video, there is a sneak peek kind of teaser to show you what's coming up next time.